Welcome everybody to episode 5 of the Texans franchise. In this episode, we will be looking at more draft prospects and playing against our division rival, the Tennessee Titans. Looking at the moves made at the deadline, there were some reports that Derrick Henry or Mike Evans would be traded, but they will stay on their current teams. For our Texans, we were looking at some trades. Ultimately, Quan Frazzle will be looking to fill holes at wide receiver and defensive tackle in the draft, but Houston has a hole at right tackle. So I looked at a lot of options, but I think I found the one. The Saints have a great right tackle, Ryan Ramczyk. Something they don't have is a lot of picks, their highest pick this year being the 49th pick in the second round. And in the next 2 years, they only have 2 picks higher than a third round pick. This is very risky because the draft can be a gold mine, but I'm going to trade next year's second round pick, this year's third round pick, and 7th round pick for the all-pro right tackle Ryan Ramczyk. DeAndre Hopkins will be traded from Arizona to Kansas City. After requesting a trade, the Cardinals choose for a fresh start. Houston was very interested in trading for the former Texan, but the front office decides to pass. While the Chiefs get their new wide receiver 1, Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City get even better. Devin White and Tampa Bay seem to patch things up going into the season, but after a rough start, the LSU linebacker requested a trade. After a mediocre 3-3 start from Buffalo, they decide to bolster up a weak point. Their defense in the middle of the field has been one of the worst in the league. Buffalo will trade for Devin White. The Bills had to give up a second rounder, but Devin White is a young star in this league, and it was clear Tampa Bay didn't want to trade the young superstar linebacker for free. With another bad start, the Rams' 2-4 record after 6 games have created rumors of blowing it up. In Rams fashion, they decide to reload rather than rebuild. After attempting to trade for Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry, the Rams hit on a running back. The Vikings will trade Dalvin Cook in exchange for a second round pick and Cam Akers. Many question Minnesota's decision, but with a 2-4 record themselves, the Vikings weren't interested in paying the 27-year-old running back. It looks like Minnesota might draft a running back with that second round pick. And speaking of running backs, we're going to look at the up-and-coming halfbacks and wide receivers in this year's draft class. The Texans do have Dameon Pierce coming off a great performance versus Las Vegas, but he isn't an elite halfback, and he was injured a lot throughout the year. Plus, I would be a fool if I didn't consider drafting a halfback, because this running back draft class is loaded. Starting with the highest ranked, Jalen London is a 5'11 shifty running back. Jalen is one of the best receiving back prospects we've seen in a while. He has some injury concerns, and maybe at the next level the concern may be too much, but his talent at avoiding tackles and catching the ball has made him a hyped up prospect, being compared to Christian McCaffrey. If Jalen is similar to McCaffrey, Juan Miguel Jr. is similar to Derrick Henry. Miguel is very strong and hard to tackle, while being able to make defenders look silly with the truck or a stiff arm. Juan comes into this draft as easily the hardest to bring down halfback. Travion Maxito is a speed demon halfback with crazy acceleration and agility in the open field. Maxito isn't the most talented, but if he gets room to run, he can become a force in the NFL. Fresh J. Williams is extremely quick on his feet. He's not going to run a 4.2 40, but his ability to cut quickly makes him hard to tackle. Scouts don't rank him as high as other RBs due to him not being a freak athlete, and for the fact he plays with the projected #1 pick, Garrett Page. But many think Fresh can be the best halfback in the class. Fresh's younger brother, Elijah Williams, is a 6'1 running back out of UCLA. He played with his brother Fresh on Clemson until his sophomore year. He would transfer to UCLA and dominate. Now Elijah is the higher ranked back. He doesn't play as big as he is. He's extremely quick out the gates, and he's a good route runner in the backfield. Sometimes Elijah is vulnerable to drops, but he has the potential to become a good grab-and-go receiving back or a speed demon even at his big size. Houston of course has Tank Dell, but you can never have enough receivers. The undisputed best wide receiver in the draft, Marvin Harrison Jr., has been dominating on the college level. And all around, Harrison Jr. almost has no weaknesses. Many scouts saying he may go inside the top 10 on draft day, and maybe Houston might take Marvin with their top draft pick. Simply put, Victor Martinez is absolutely huge at wide receiver. Standing at 6'4", 235, Victor is faster with better routes than most wide receivers, even at his size, making some believe he may go inside the top 20. and he would be a great addition to help CJ Stroud. With so much time until the draft, it's a toss-up where Victor will land. Kyle Busch is an interesting type of receiver. At 6 foot flat, he's not fast for a wide receiver, but what makes him so special is his route running. Besides Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyle Busch probably has the most league-ready route running. And when you think about today's best players, a lot of them are not that fast, but very smart and crisp when running routes, like Devontae Adams or Cooper Kupp, for example. Jabari Walker is a polished wide receiver prospect, a great deep threat due to his quick first step, but he's mainly a player to be used in the slot, an area where he dominates. Houston definitely wouldn't mind adding some extra receivers. Walker could be someone the Texans look at heavily. Jeff McMack used to be a return man on special teams, but after switching to wide receiver, he has been eye-popping. Jeff uses his return man skills to get shifty when in space. McMack is known for his quick cuts and hard-to-catch juke moves. Some say he can be the white version of John Ross or white version of Tyreek Hill. Only time will tell. And the last receiver we have is Mark Burton. He is a 6'1" speedy wide receiver. He doesn't have top-of-the-line quickness, but his acceleration mixed with his quick release makes him a great route runner. Depending on how many teams need a receiver, Mark Burton could go high in the draft. Now for Week 8. We play a division rival in the Tennessee Titans. Two of the worst scoring teams, two of the worst passing teams, two of the worst rush defenses, and two of the best pass defenses. Surprisingly, even after our 0-5 start, the Titans are neck and neck with us. Not in a good way. Ryan Ramczyk will make his debut tonight for Houston, while Houston's defense needs to focus on keying in on Henry. Derrick Henry is known for dominating Houston on the ground, and hopefully we can at least slow him down. Houston may be able to start a little turnaround if they can win this game. The second overall pick, CJ Stroud, will start with the ball, and on second down is a big run on the pitch by the new Texans star. On third down, CJ Stroud surveying, and he will take it himself, and what a hit. Somehow he maintains possession of the ball, and that will be it for the Texans' first drive. On first down at the Titans' 29-yard line, Henry will take the handoff, and Payne gets to him early, but Henry showing off why he's one of the best running backs in the league. Now Ryan Tannehill drops back with pressure in his face, and oh my god, why is he so open? Jalen Petrie gets toasted by the Titans' backup tight end for an easy touchdown. After the awful defensive showcase, on 3rd and 5, CJ Stroud will go to John Mechie. The former second-round draft pick is back in the lineup, but he is short. Quan Frazzle says why not, and he's going to be really aggressive on 4th down at Houston's own 28-yard line. CJ Stroud audibles out of a run. Blocks are being picked up. Stroud deep for John Mechie. 2 defenders dropped, and touchdown John Mechie. Welcome back to the lineup, young fella. John Mechie proving why he shouldn't have gotten benched last week. What a play by Stroud for a 72-yard bomb of a touchdown. On 2nd and 3, Tennessee has the fullback in, and Houston guesses run, and it works. Henry stuffed, and Tennessee only gets a gain of 1. Titans now at the 33-yard line. Derrick Henry on 3rd down will get a huge gain. Derrick Henry dominating Houston early, but hopefully the Texans can bounce back. Ryan Tannehill on 3rd down in 5 wide. Will Anderson with pressure, and there's a flag. And the Titans receiver made the catch, but it looked out of bounds. And there'll be a flag on the 3rd overall pick, Will Anderson Jr. for roughing the passer. Now on 1st and 10 inside Houston's side of the field. And Derrick Henry gets stopped. Henry is running good, but his yard per carry is getting carried by a couple of big runs. 2nd and 10 at Houston's 10-yard line. Houston gets his run, but Henry is still wide open for an easy rushing touchdown. His first of probably many of today. Now Houston has it on 2nd and 13. CJ Stroud to throw. And he's got a man. John Mechie having a game tonight. And Harold Landry is hurt on the play. That's a big hit for Tennessee's pass rush. Now at the 37-yard line, there's nobody on the right side. And Stroud takes advantage by being able to get a big run for 25 yards to the 13-yard line. 2nd and 7 now. Houston having a good drive. Handoff to Pierce, and Pierce breaks a tackle and blowing up. And the ball is loose and is picked up by the Titans. And the Titans will get the ball back in safety territory though. Daron Payne would end up sacking Tannehill, and now the Titans are going to be stuck at the 1-yard line. On 2nd 16, after the big play by the recently traded for Daron Payne, Derrick Henry with X Factor gets hit hard, and no gain for Tennessee. And Derrick Henry again on the handoff, and he stiff arms Petrie, but he gets wrapped up in a quick punt by the Titans after the Pierce fumble. On 1st and down inside the Titans side of the field, Tank Dell on a weird route while in motion, and he'll get it, the 1st down for Houston. CJ Stroud with a really deep drop back. And across the field, it is the rookie wide receiver again, Tank Dell, for the big catch to the 5-yard line. Houston once again having a good drive. 2nd and goal, Stroud with some pressure, and Robert Woods left open. What patience by the rookie quarterback to get the easy touchdown to tie the game. And after a quick drive, the Titans are on 3rd down, are looking to not run with Henry. And Tannehill just throws the ball away, and the Titans only walk away with the field goal to go up 17-14. On the first play of the drive, Dell on an island, and Stroud will always look that way. Dell with a great route for a big gain on 1st down. Against Tennessee, Stroud is having one of his best halves of his rookie career. After Dameon Pierce was looking like an every down back last game, he's been quiet this game so far. But maybe going into the second half, he can turn up the heat. And Dameon Pierce with the handoff again, and now Houston seems to have the sophomore halfback going. Robert Woods, just like last week, has been quiet tonight, but he will get a difficult catch to bring Houston to the 3-yard line. Quan Frazzle bringing out the big boys on this play, and it'll be a run for Pierce, and my goodness, Dameon Pierce battling his way to the end zone. Houston's offense has been playing nearly perfect, and that's the only reason why they even have a lead right now. Kyle Phillips in recent weeks have been great for the Titans, but tonight he's off to a slow start. But the young receiver is able to bring Tennessee inside Houston's side of the field. After Houston is able to hold the Titans to minimal gains, the Titans will get nowhere near close to getting the field goal, and Houston ends the half with a 21-17 lead. Henry is clearly upset with the Titans' play. This Titans team is used to stomping on the Texans every time they play them, but this is not the normal Titans, and this is for sure not the normal Texans. Houston playing great defense, forcing the Titans to a 3rd and 7. With the 3-and-out lingering, Kyle Phillips makes a big mistake, and he was wide open, but he stepped out of bounds, and that will be a flag. And Houston will get the ball back after forcing the 3-and-out. Dameon Pierce is starting to get rolling for Houston. Quan Frazzle loves to get Pierce in the open field with the pitch, and it works again for almost the 1st down. CJ Stroud on play action, and Roger McCreary is blitzing, and Raji McCreary will get his 1st career sack, and Houston will punt for the 2nd time tonight. And Houston will get the punt dot. Houston might just be the best team at forcing their opponents into bad field positioning. After nearly getting the 1st, Christian Kirksey with a big hit on Henry. Kirksey making his 2023 debut after being out with a injury since the preseason. And Houston will blitz, and Houston will do a classic cover 0, but it somehow works, and Houston will now get the ball back. And after Houston O-lines lets up another sack, Stroud throws short, and Tank Dell isn't able to get the 1st, another punt. After an extremely high-scoring first half, both of these teams are having a punt fest. Houston scared of the run, all-out blitzes, a great showcase of cover 0 again, but there's a flag on the play. The former Texan gets a touchdown, but the refs will call holding on Tennessee, and luckily for Houston, the play is called back. Tannehill now at the 46 on 2nd and 3, and he's going to look left side, and Shaquille Griffin bats it away. Shaquille could have possibly intercepted that, but at least he forces the incompletion. On 1st and 10, Tennessee is going to hand it off to Henry, and on the stretch, Henry powering through defenders, and Derrick Henry is going to score the touchdown to put Tennessee on top. Finally, a team ends the scoring drought. Now Houston is down by 3, plenty of time for Stroud to work with, no need to force anything, and Dameon Pierce, what a run by Pierce. Maybe we won't look for a running back in the draft. Even against a division rival, Pierce is able to slice through the defense. Stroud is going to show off the quickness, and he cuts back in the middle of the field instead of just staying near the sideline, gaining a couple of extra yards because of it. On 2nd and goal at the 5, CJ Stroud drops back. Pressure almost immediately, and Stroud is able to get the ball away in time before the sack. Now on 3rd and goal, Houston needs to make sure they do not turn over the ball. Stroud to the running back, and Dameon Pierce gets close, but not close enough. Pierce down at the 3. Quan Frazzle will elect to just take the points, and Fairbairn will remain perfect on the season, not missing a single kick, and the game is now tied. Now it is Titans ball as the game is tied. On 2nd and 4, Ryan Tannehill, quick throw is incomplete. The breakup by Steven Nelson. Steven Nelson was awful against Devontae Adams last week, but throughout most of the season, he has been a solid complementary piece for this Texans secondary. On 3rd and 4, the Texans take their eye off of Henry for a moment, and he's going to get the catch for the 1st down. Now on 1st and 10, the Titans looking to chew clock. Tannehill handoff to Henry, and Derrick Henry is rocked by the linebacker Blake Cashman. On 3rd and 8, if Houston can stop them here, it would be huge. Ryan Tannehill taking a nap in the pocket. Everybody is in coverage. Tannehill finally throws, and it's going to be the former UCLA receiver Kyle Phillips with the biggest play of the game. With just a minute and change left on 3rd down, Henry making sure the ball is secured. He's going to get stopped well short of the 1st. Deron Payne making the big stop. The Titans don't choke, and they hit the 33-yard field goal to take the lead 27-24 with about 40 seconds left. CJ Stroud, first play of the drive. He's going to need to work his magic. Past the woods and intercepted by Amani Hooker. Hooker swerving defenders, bouncing out left side. Stroud chasing and touchdown. Pick 6 to seal the game by Amani Hooker. And the Titans will win the game. The game obviously closer than what the score would dictate. I like the fight that this Texans team gave tonight, but it seems like this run defense is just unsavable. Houston pretty much needed to all-out blitz every time they wanted to get a stop on Henry, which allowed Tannehill to actually play good. CJ Stroud played well tonight, but ever since Dameon Pierce returned from injury, it seems like Stroud is taking the back seat. Besides the fumble, it kind of seems like playing through Pierce is working out though. Houston just needs to get those extra pieces on the defensive end and maybe an extra wide receiver. And it's going to take a lot of work though, but Quan Frazzle will take it one step at a time. Next up in week 9, we are going up against the 5-2 Philadelphia Eagles. This Eagles team just made the Super Bowl last year. They did lose on a controversial call, and this team has been playing great. Jalen Hurts has been playing like an MVP, and it's going to be a tough road for the Texans to be able to win this. We did play and beat a really good Raiders team, but this Eagles team looks like a very, very difficult fight, and we're going to be playing on Thursday night prime time, making it even harder for guys like CJ Stroud to really show up. Dameon Pierce is going up against one of the best rushing defenses in the league, while the Eagles were one of the best rushing offenses last year. The Texans recently traded for Deron Payne, and he has made many big plays for Houston. But when you're playing up against a very explosive halfback like DeAndre Swift, Jalen Hurts, who can run the ball at quarterback, and then you have great receivers like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, who has actually been the leading receiver this year, at least receiving yards wise. For this young core, is going to be a big challenge. C.J. Stroud is going to have to show up, and this year he's been pretty good. Recent weeks he has been a little inconsistent, while Dameon Pierce has been leading the show. Houston will start with the ball, and in C.J. Stroud's first drive, it did not end well. He got pressured by pretty much everybody on 3rd down, and it's going to be a quick 3 and out for the Houston Texans. Jalen Hurts hands it off to DeAndre Swift, and he will get a nice gain to put it to 1st and 10. On a nice play action, Jalen Hurts will fake the handoff, and he gets pressure, but how did he complete that? A.J. Brown, what a catch, and what a throw. Jalen Hurts now in 1st and 10 at the 11, and he gets sacked, and that's Will Anderson Jr. Against one of the best tackles in the league, Lane Johnson. He somehow gets through and sacks Jalen Hurts, one of the most elusive quarterbacks in the entire league. Now on 3rd and 23, Jalen Hurts looking to pass. He steps up in the pocket, and he's going to slide well short of the 1st down. And the Eagles will kick the field goal from 37 yards, and they will make it to take the lead 3-0, starting off the scoring with a field goal. Surprisingly, to start the year, the Eagles have been very inconsistent on defense, being bottom of the league on both rushing defense and pass defense in the entire league. CJ Stroud now on third down needs the completion. He'll get it to John Mechie. John Mechie has been very good for Houston ever since he got benched, and he's going to be a stay in this lineup for a long time. Tank Dell will get the catch, and it's going to be another first down for Houston. The Texans' young guys showing up early in this game. CJ Stroud to throw, and he will give it to Tank Dell once again for the first down to bring the ball to the 11-yard line. CJ Stroud hasn't made many incompletions this game, only one so far. Now on the run to Dameon Pierce, breaks a tackle, and he almost gets the touchdown, and it's going to be at the 1-yard line. Now on 4th and 2, CJ Stroud to look, and Tank Dell, touchdown, Houston Texans, and they're going to take the lead right back. Tank Dell once again having a good game to start off. He's been a little slow recently. And CJ Stroud on the run. What a throw. And once again, it is a rookie Tank Dell on the big catch. And CJ Stroud and Tank Dell starting off the game hot for the Houston Texans. And now again, CJ Stroud, what a throw to Dalton Schultz. 10 for 11 now for CJ Stroud. A great start. And Stroud again looking to throw. And he has pressure. And he's going to throw it away right before the sack. And the Houston Texans will kick the field goal. And now Houston is up 9-3 in the second quarter. Many were not expecting the Texans to have a lead in this game ever. Now Hurts to drop back. Denzel Perryman with the lurk and pick six. Alert, pick six. And the Texans will increase their lead by another touchdown. The first pick six for Houston in the entire year. What a interception by Denzel Perryman, just baited Jalen Hurts for the pick, and he's going to bring it back for a pick six to have the 16-3 lead over the former NFC champions. Jalen Hurts now on the next play will give it to DeAndre Swift, and he's going to get bottled up. One of the best rushing attacks last year is getting stopped by the second worst rush defense. Now Hurts to Quez Watkins, the third wide receiver on the depth chart, and a big gain by Quez Watkins for the easy first down. Jalen Hurts to the tight end, and is again another first down, and it's going to be inside Houston's 10-yard line. Hurts to run the ball, gives it to DeAndre Swift, and it is stopped. Denzel Perryman gets the stop, and once again the Eagles are forced to kick the field goal with no time left in the second quarter. Houston is up by 10, 16-6. What a disappointing game so far for the Eagles, losing to one of the worst teams in the league, while for the Texans on Thursday night primetime, showing up against an elite unit. DeAndre Swift once again on the run, and DeAndre Swift will get a big gain. Once again, DeAndre Swift to run, and this time he's bottled up. DeAndre Swift not really having a good rhythm so far to start the game. Jalen Hurts to step up, and he's just 1 yard short of the first down. And once again, the Eagles will kick their third field goal of the night versus Houston. Jake Elliott making it a 16-9 game. CJ Stroud gives it to Dameon Pierce. He's been real slow to start the game, but he's going to get a big chunk gain. And CJ Stroud to drop back on 3rd and 9. It's going to be Robert Woods for a big gain. Dalton Schultz would go on to get the touchdown. The footage was corrupted, so you're just going to have to trust me. 13-yard touchdown to Dalton Schultz. And the Texans are now up 23-9. And with the ball right back, and that's going to be Rashad Penny for a huge gain on the return to the 45. Houston may be at home, but the Texans are definitely capable of choking this big lead. Devonta Smith on the run, and he has not gotten the ball a lot in this game. Neither has A.J. Brown, really, but that's a big gain. And what a miss. Jalen Hurts just completely misses. He was wide open, and now they have to kick another field goal. Nick Sirianni is being very passive today, and now the Eagles are down 23-12. Houston has to show up because it's still the third quarter. There's still so much time left. They have to get maybe a field goal this drive, and Tank Dell will get a big catch for the first down. CJ Stroud has been so efficient tonight. This might be his best game so far against an elite team. He has pretty much made no mistakes at all. CJ Stroud to run, and he's going to get past the D-line, and he's going to get a big gain using his legs to the first down. And again, John Mechie just wide open. The Eagles defense just not showing up, and that's going to be another first down. And CJ Stroud on the play action, and he is going to get the ball to the 3-yard line, a gain of 11, but the Texans will now kick a field goal. Not a touchdown, but a very productive drive by the Texans, and now they are up by 2 scores. Jalen Hurts to throw, and he will give it back to Quez Watkins. Jalen Hurts has been efficient, but he hasn't been dangerous passing the ball. And he's going to throw really deep, and it's Quez Watkins with the catch. As I say it, he is going to be getting an explosive passing touchdown. What a surprise. Quez Watkins. Pretty much no one else besides him has been getting the ball from Jalen Hurts receiving-wise. And he just mosses the defender for a touchdown. Now CJ Stroud needing to respond, will get the ball deep, and it's going to be Robert Woods again right on the Texans logo. It's going to be a run by Dameon Pierce. An opening. It's an opening. Touchdown. Dameon Pierce. He just had a wide open hole. What blocking by the O-line, and what awful defense. Last year, this was maybe the best defense in the league, and Dameon Pierce just runs all over him on that play. Jalen Hurts now backs it up, and he's going to go for a screen, and look at that. Just pressure immediately. Hurts again in the pocket. He has all day. And again, the Texans just don't let up. They will stop him again. It's on 4th and 7 now. And they do get the ball to A.J. Brown. A rare catch by A.J. Brown tonight. The Texans do have one of the better passing defenses. But against the Eagles, no one really expected this good of a performance. Now Hurts looking to throw again. And again, Will Anderson getting the pressure. And he will throw it away. On 3rd and 5, Will Anderson going to work. Pressure again, and it's almost intercepted by Steven Nelson, but it's going to be incomplete. On 4th and 5, Hurts rolls left, spins back, just hails it up. Oh my goodness, what a catch again by Quez Watkins. If you had him in fantasy, you are in for one big surprise. Now Houston will throw it, and it's going to be short of the first down, 4th and inches. Quan Frazzle says, why not? And CJ Stroud will get the first, a taste of their own medicine with the QB sneak. And the Texans will shock the world on prime time. They will win against the former NFC champs 33-26. The Texans played amazing all night. And the biggest play of the game was that interception by Perryman for a pick 6. Jalen Hurts had a crazy good performance. But if it wasn't for those Hail Marys, it would not have been that good. Dameon Pierce played very well. He started off the game once again slow, but whenever he gets in a rhythm, he's unstoppable. Quez Watkins with probably the most surprising performance of the year, and Will Anderson had his best performance, getting good pressure on the run and sacking Jalen Hurts against one of the best O-lines. Now for a little showcase of the Chiefs. They recently traded for D-Hop, and against the Titans, D-Hop was showing off, getting 6 catches for 75 yards. And Patrick Mahomes led the Chiefs to a nice 27-14 win over the Tennessee Titans. Now to show some of the top performances from this week. Cooper Kupp has been a bright spot for a disappointing Rams team. Kupp putting up 11 catches and 160 receiving yards with 2 touchdowns and a close win over Tampa Bay. After a very slow start in his first 2 games back from injury, Bijan dominated for Atlanta, getting 165 rushing yards on 22 carries and a touchdown. Yet, Atlanta still lost in a blowout, with Austin Eckler scoring 4 touchdowns to steal the match for Los Angeles.